universe and all for the highest vibrational good only. Please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. I say, okay. Okay. Cleansing maybe, yeah. Get some cinnamon. Okay. Breathe that in. Allow that to ground you and allow it to bring you the financial support that you need, you are looking for, that you want to hold on to, a steady income, things coming into your life so that it gives you the freedom to purchase, have, or hold experiences that you desire to have at this time in your life, okay? So just breathe to that, the cinnamon. Okay, so let's just scan through, seeing what's going on here. And as we work to that, just understanding what I meant by being naive, you know. Sometimes it's like in tarot, the Fool card. You know, the Fool card can be, sometimes you don't need to know everything, because if you do, you won't rise to the occasion. But then there are other times where it's like you don't need to be that open to things, when you know you should take your time, and who knows when's the right time to do that or not. That's what you gotta love about life, you know. A situation can teeter either side, you know. It is what it is. I think as long as you've just experienced both, you can make that individual discernment of, okay, I think this is at that kind of time or this kind of time. Now, contrary to popular belief, I'm just kidding, I don't think a lot of people think this way about me, but when it comes to spiritual, esoteric, mystical lineages, I tell people not to be naive. I tell people to maybe be a little bit closed. And the reason why I say that is because working with the esoteric in the universe, if you're not new to the space, if you're new to the space and you're not seasoned in it, you might experience some phenomena that exist in a lot of traditions associated with one tradition, be so elated and look at that tradition as perfect and fallible and things like that. And as soon as you see something that you don't like, then it's just like your whole world crashes down. And I think that there are many traditions that are saying the exact same thing, and it is just at that time in your life, whether you want it to be a lifetime or a season, or you want to compile traditions, it should be communicating to you maybe some practices or maybe some knowledge that help you along your journey. Just because it's transformative to you right now doesn't mean it will always feel the same way. It doesn't mean that you can't always have great memories and respect, but just know that you can always be growing and expanding and leaning towards new knowledge. So you also gotta be very careful in those spaces, because I think that it is very easy to become very energetically codependent. Okay, where you'll see maybe a group of people, you really like what they're doing, you like the knowledge that they're sharing, but then when you actually get into the interpersonal dynamics, it might be real janky and it might be real weird, and I'll say the leader, because the way that I look at myself is I see myself in a leadership role, but I see myself as an organizer in the space, and I see it as more of just a space for you as opposed to a space to look at me like, oh yeah, I'm so great. It's more of a space for you. I wanted to think about when I was coming along in my journey, what was I missing and what would I've really liked. And for me it was a consistent community, a space that didn't require you to have a certain ideology, and that just helped in a very mystical and esoteric way. And so that's kind of my hope. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. When there are certain leaders who, they don't know how to separate being in that role with their everyday life, and so they may have some maybe not so savory things that in their everyday life maybe isn't a big deal, but you kind of have to hold yourself to a different level of responsibility, ethics, when you know that the things that you do are there to help others. And so it's weird. I don't like popularity contests. I really don't like when people feel like they're being left out. And I think that that's kind of what I mean by being don't be naive in those spaces. Hold your own, hold yourself as an individual, and if you feel safe over time, then open up more. Now, the areas where I think you could be a little bit more naive is when it comes to the opportunities of your life purpose, where we can be so hard on ourselves thinking, well, if it hasn't already happened now, blah 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 blah. But sometimes you gotta just be naive and you gotta surrender to the universe. That's what I love about the esoteric, mystical things, universe. It doesn't have to just be in a tradition. These things are practical. You can apply it in your relationships, you can apply it to your life purpose, to money, to jobs, all kinds of things like that. And I think that it's more important applied than it is in theory. And whenever you do anything in application, it's always very different from the theory. So I would say, if there is something that your life has been calling you to do, and you've been doing it as best you can, but you're ready for a higher leap, a higher jump, I would encourage you to be a little bit naive. Maybe don't freak yourself out by all the negative things that could happen, but instead say, I think I'm equipped to handle anything that could arise, to pivot, reshape, and make it better. But this is something I want, unapologetically wanting what you want. I think that's really difficult for people to accept. Well, this is what I want, because also know that things change. Your life purpose might be to help people, but maybe you do it in different ways. Maybe sometimes you teach, other times you play, other times you lead, other times you follow. Just whatever that is, that you can be in a collective space and all of that. So just opening yourself up here to those experiences. And let me get y'all's opinion on this, because I was thinking about this the other day. You let me know in the comments. Do you see me as a healer, a Reiki healer, energy healer, or do you see me as an ASMR artist? Because I want to say that I see myself as a healer. I don't see myself as an ASMR artist, but I think that most people see me as an ASMR artist as opposed to maybe I think a healer is secondary. It's like I think Reiki ASMR is kind of taking on its own thing, or esoteric knowledge and learning is taking on its own thing. So I think I might put a poll up and ask, how do you see me? Because those first, I want to say 2 years, I remember I used to get comments of people like, oh my gosh, love that, can you do a role play where it's like da 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 da, and I was like, relax, or I think a bigger one is for sleep. And when you want to go to sleep, you're not trying to be about it. You're not trying to be like, you're trying to be like, and just relax into it. So let me know if you see me as an ASMR artist, or if you see me as a healer. Whenever I do like interviews, I often get people say ASMR artist, and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to go with it. Before I thought it was like, wait a minute, huh? But then I'm just like, okay, whatever you want to call it, okay? You like it, I love it. And I think the real cool part about it for me is that when I have students and when I have clients, I can actually do the thick of the healing or the teaching with a lot of these traditions that I've learned, or a lot of the practices that I may have, and it just feels so appropriate. I don't know how the right people always seem to find me, but they do. I thank you, universe, for that. So I think in no way does it hinder them in finding me. Just breathe in and out. I also put a poll up asking, if I did a Q&A, if you have any questions, so you can actually go and look on the community tab, and it's going to have that there where, if you have a question that you want to ask me, I think I'm considering doing that at Q&A. It would probably be live, because it's been a while. And oh my gosh, my life is changing so much. I don't know if you all do this. Do you all go through like your I was gonna say Facebook. Do you all go through your old just pictures and just look at the transition of your life? Child, it started. I was going through the first YouTube video all the way to today, because it's about to be the 800th video, right? You know what? 800 videos in 4 years. That's 100 videos a year. That's wild. That's wild. This 200 videos a year, I was like, I hope y'all were there with me when I was like, that don't sound right. That's 100 videos a year. I was like, no, it don't. That's not 100 videos. That's 200 videos a year. Yeah, it's been a real interesting. No, it's been real amazing. I can't even lie to you and say, oh, it's been real interesting, to be honest. It's been fucking amazing. It's been great. It's been great as fuck. Like, it's been lovely. It really has been a very lovely time. And it gives me, I don't know, it gives me so much stability and purpose in my own life. And it makes me really happy to know that you are coming here and taking care of yourself. I don't know, that just makes me happy to know that you're working on yourself, or that you're, just to have a place for people to just enjoy self-care. I think so. There's a lot of spaces that are there to tear down, but I think that this space is to build up, Yeah, no. If you know, you know. Also, if you're a fan of chocolate cake or any desserts, I don't know, over the years I seem to have grown a sweet tooth. I think most of the time I'm very a savory person. I like savory snacks. I like salty and crunchy. But I don't know. Life is good, so I think maybe I'm doing more dessert, because every time I go out to eat, I be getting upset because I get food, and then I'm like, if I don't have room for dessert, I be mad, because I like anything a la mode. gosh, bread pudding with ice cream and caramel. Chocolate brownie. I like the little molten one with the ice cream. Oh my gosh, I love carrot cake. I can enjoy red velvet cake. You know what? It is what it is. I have grown not to like cheesecake anymore. I used to like it when I was younger, but I'm real particular about cheese. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but like when it comes to cheesecake, only like plain cheesecake. And I like some interesting stuff. I like some like conglomerate kind of things, you know. But when it comes to cheesecake, you can put a little bit of strawberry and a razzle dazzle on top. But mostly I just like it graham cracker crust, regular cheesecake. Or when it comes to mac and cheese, just regular mac and cheese. I don't like when people start putting turnips and pumpkins in there. Honestly, you know, unpopular opinion, I don't even like when seafood goes into it. I don't even like crab and stuff and shrimp. I'm not saying it's not good, it's just not for me. I don't like mac and cheese bars. I was at a work function one time and they had like a mac and cheese bar, and it wasn't a bad idea. You know, you could put scallions and bacon. I'm like, that's cute, but you know, I just like a good old mac and cheese. And I feel the same thing about a grilled cheese. I don't like all that extra stuff. Now don't get it twisted with a melt. I can enjoy a good sandwich and a sandwich breast with some cheese in it. I also don't like too much cheese in my grilled cheese. Now I can enjoy the excess of certain things in food, but when you start putting like more than 2 slices of like that processed cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich, oh gosh. I got one more, I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't like real cheese on a grilled cheese. I only like processed cheese. It don't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It needs to be processed. It needs to be very queso-like. I don't know. So that has been an impromptu session on what are the things that one likes to eat. But whatever, you know, we'll just go with it. Well, babies, I hope that this conversation of food has brought you, I was like, what was the original point of this? A naive and not naive sense towards life. Boom. You know, I'm a Gemini, so I will connect 2 points that have nothing to do with each other and bring them together. And I just let me say that I think over the 800 videos that we've had, I've actually been on my best behavior to not be so Gemini all the time. But today's feeling a little more Gemini than usual. Or maybe it's my moon. My moon is in Libra, so maybe I'm feeling a little bit more Libra-y, you know. All that air. Well, sweetness, I hope if you got anything from this, it was a smile and a lightening of your load so that you can enjoy life just a little bit more sweeter. There we go. We talked about desserts for the sweetness. And you can just feel good about yourself, feel good about the space, feel good about the time you're in, and just release and trust. Things will leave your life, things will come into your life, but release. I think it's more interesting to be seen as someone who just trusts the universe and go with the opportunities in front of you than being so rigid and just not wanting to trust. I think it's nice to make room, and you know, I try to look a little crazy as much as I can, at least in my private life. As much as I can, like, you know, go with the flow, trust the universe. It is what it is. It's gonna work out. I don't feel like anything is big enough that can really happen where I'm just gonna be like, you know, yourself in. Put your little shoes on. I mean, your little socks. So you put the shoes